Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my friends. As I promised, I'm starting my life about the career types and career strategy and why I decided to talk about that. First of all, 3 months I was not running lives on Instagram. Second is that people were asking me about the career strategy, and English-speaking audience is more advanced than Russian-speaking audience. So because you selected that you want to talk about career strategy, but before talking about career strategy, first we need to talk about career types. Because when I was in Malaysia or Southeast Asia in July, August, I was talking to people, my ex-colleagues, etc., and we discovered that not all people know about the types of career. So let me start with that, with some examples of the types of career, and maybe you will find some correlation to you. Like, let me know if my voice is okay, you hear, the picture is okay, you see me and you hear me. Just give me some sort of sign. Any emoji. Okay. So I will continue. The first type, like we have in general 4 types of career. It's vertical, horizontal, zigzag, and expert. Now let me tell about this. So that why I'm telling you, because you need to understand first where you are now, your point A. In order to build a strategy, where you want to be, and in which career you want to be, first you need to understand where you are now, because we will be building this path from the point A to point B. So, the first type of career is vertical one. A vertical when we grow in office, like by career ladder, starting from the junior position, let's say let's say in the project, right? Project coordinator, then is going to the project assistant, then going to the project manager, and then project manager can go to the operations manager, and then go to CEO. That is a sample of vertical career. So for finance people, it's starting with accounting, like accountant, the project accountant, for example, then like financial analyst, then the like regional manager, financial manager, then like finance manager, then regional finance manager, then it's like will be pool finance manager or CFO, and it can be like global CFO. That's just like very short. So for each of that, you can see and you can Google how the vertical career is. And for the people who are building a vertical career, in the anchors of career, it will be explicitly visible. They are into management. The integration of lifestyle will be lower, but the management will be high. Like this criteria of the managing the people, that will be very high. So that is like, I'm just defining that, and I will tell about the anchors of career a little bit later. Why? I also will explain. The second type of career is horizontal or functional career. When you're an organization like in the same level, but you are specializing, for example, in finance or HR, and for example, from finance, you're going to the projects, or from finance you grow and decided to change to HR. That will be horizontal career, because on functionality you are getting the skills from functions. You're getting that, you're expanding, you're having this job enlargement, you're becoming like universal warrior. And in horizontal career, functional career, that your expertise will be growing much faster. That is your competencies, this is your expertise, and like for you, it will be very important to go into the more detail and stay in the position for longer, to know all specifics and to master your skills, to master your competence there. Then, in the horizontal career, because we specialize in something good, and we might be asked to relocate to other geography where we apply our functionality, but in another region. That's called relocational career. So that you are going geographically somewhere else, but you are doing the same scope. I was building a relocational career for the 5 countries, but I was gradually growing also a vertical career. So that is actually specifics, but with with the relocational career, the specifics that you need to have a high adaptivity to the location, language, the cultural differences, like a better range of soft skills to adjust, to accommodate, to integrate. So this is about relocational career. I'm really expert in that. You can ask any question about that. Like 5 continents, right? 4 continents for sure. So let's then here in the anchors of career, let's say, by the way, this test is free. You can do that online. If you need the link, message me. So this test, when we're doing this test, we're identifying our anchors of career. Anchors of career laying down like really deep under our conscious mind, but based on that, we are making our decisions in terms of career or how we are making decisions. There are 8 criteria. I don't remember all by heart. It's like management, professional competency, service, stability. What else? Service, stability, integration of lifestyles, about work-life balance. And then it's actually when the person is selecting stability, then the person will go will be really employed. It will not be going entrepreneurial. One of criteria is like entrepreneurship there, like to creating something new, like to creating your idea. So what I'm just telling you that in vertical career it will be higher management. Stability also will be independence, also making decisions independently. Then in the horizontal career, that will be professional competency. That will be more important, professional competency, and it will be more important in terms of remuneration, about stability. The third type of career is a zigzag career. When the person is moving from one industry to another, it's career pivot or changing. And then usually the person is changing from, for example, I had one of mentee, he was changing from industrial automation to life care, like it's like pharma or medicine. But the change of industry, but same field as finance, but change of industry. Usually when you change in, for example, you change it to IT, you have the skill set for your industry, but you don't have that hard skill industry knowledge. You need to gain it somehow. So when you're doing this move to the other industry, you usually drop in position and in salary. Why? Because you don't have this industry knowledge, or you're entering completely new field. And what is happening here? Within 1 or 2 years, you will get back. You will bounce back on the career ladder because you change the industry. You get this, you use your transferable skills. And at the same time, you are building the new skill of industry knowledge. And you are going on the ladder there. So within 1 or 2 years, you will recap in the new industry. This is about zigzag career. An example here, one of my mentees, as I told, changing from industrial automation to life care. So what happened? That's exception. 150 applications, 5 people were selected for interviews, and only he was getting the job offer. And the conditions actually was much better than people would usually transfer in. Plus 30% increase and promotion in position. That's why I'm just telling you, Saulia, thank you. But this is expert. Let's do live together maybe next week, because now I am just opening the subject. I see you. Yeah. So the zigzag career, it's possible It's very possible. And now you can shift. It's not like 10, 15 years ago when we stick to one career. No. In the United States, for example, the people having 5, 6 professions during the year or during the lifetime, professional lifetime. Why I'm telling you this? You can get other profession much easily now. You don't need to study for 5, 6 years. You get in the course, you get in the knowledge, and that this knowledge you are using for like when it's knowledge is knowledge, theoretical knowledge, but when you start applying that, that is where you get in the skill. That's the difference between knowledge and skill. So the most important when you are building your career or when you enter in the market, you will be hired for your skills to perform certain tasks. And the most important, to keep your skills up to date and knowing what's happening in the market. So this is executive career. And the fourth type of career is expert or entrepreneurial career. And people in freelance usually don't build a career, or people who are supporting. I had one psychologist who was supporting his husband for 17 years in some family business, and I don't have career. I just start with this my psychology and doing it. So 17 years she was about, no, it's your part of career. It's also your part because you were working there and help to grow the company. It's your expert career, and now you're in psychology. It's your expert career. So what's happening in the expert career? That's the people from the anchors of career will be having very high independence. They will be having this professional competence, and they will not be, management will be quite low. And what else? It will be service. It will be pretty high because helping the people, helping to make community better. So what's happening? This is expert career demands constant development. I'm one of the example. I was in vertical corporate and I shifted to expert one. And I'm just telling you, and even an expert one, you have certain grades where you're growing, you're developing, and that. And now I will specify on one more particular subject about the careers. What's happening in that? Employment and this entrepreneurship or expert career. There is a distinction between them. The difference between them is that the level of risk and the volatility level. So there's a differentiation. So that the people who are in employment, their risk is high. I will tell you in a minute why. Volatility is low. That stability is important. Remember, stability is important. The companies also want to be stable, etc. Volatility is low because you are getting a guaranteed income every month, more or less the same amount, plus bonuses. But you're guaranteed a certain level of income. The risk is high. The risk is high because you are not making decisions. The decisions are made by someone. So about layoff or reorganization, etc. So you are dependent here. So in terms of risk is high, volatility is low. When an expert career or entrepreneurship, risk is low because you making decision there. And there's be more active or less active, etc. And how to grow your developments, not emergent strategy, it's actually you are growing there. But volatility is very high because your income is dependent on the number of actions you're doing. So in the expert career or freelance career, what's happening? That you are running the wheel, and how many kilometers you go, or miles you go, or what actions you do, that your income will depend on how many stories or expert posts you do, how many useful information you share, how you attract your clientele. That's the point. That volatility is high because it depends on your action. So that the people who want to jump, for example, from employment to expert career, sometimes having illusion that straight away they have the same income, they record some course and they will get in the same income. Like, no, it's developing of 1-2 years. That you need to have some cushion, financial cushion to do that. And you have like a real level of bravery. I'm just telling you that some people are just thinking that like, okay, I'll just quit the job. I will go to I will rest 3 months and then I will start doing the things and I will have the same income. Not always, guys. It's illusion. But for that, you need to prepare well in advance. Why I'm telling you that? Because if you think that your independence is high and you want to create something and you will provide service, while being employed, you can start developing that skills and grow in parallel to careers. And when we're growing in parallel to careers, for example, your income on second level, second strip of is that also growing, right? And when it will reach the level of the employment and like stable for 3 months in a row, right? And you have already your clients registered like for another 2 months, then you can quit employment. That's, I'm just telling you that not many people tell about that. Like just like, this is like very important to know yourself. So now like short wrap up, 4 types of career: vertical, horizontal, functional, right? Where relocational, zigzag, and expert career. So you can shift between all of them. You're allowed, but only what you choose, what your point A. Now just what you want to, what type you want, like you want to, like point B, like where you want to be. But before shifting to the strategy, I'm just telling you, like just right before, when you're in the point A, it's better to study yourself. That's like, I'm just like basics of career strategy planning. I got the question. So like study yourself. What are your interests? What are your values? What are your anchors of career? What is your motivation? How career is part of your big life strategy, how is aligned, because career will follow the bigger view. Like what for you need this, like to provide those kids a better school, or like this, like to relocate somewhere to get new experience. Bigger scale. Just please understand yourself first. There are numerous types of reports like ocean, and then like it's personality tests, like anchors of career, values by rock. It's like, let me know which you need, and they are free. You can access them. You do them free. You study yourself. And then we define, okay, this, I'm here and I want to be there. That is like the powerful strategy is studying. But you need to understand why you want this, for what, and then how to reach it. So first we define your criteria, what is important for you in this point B. How it's important on conscious and subconscious level, what is really important for you, what is driving you. That's because you are exchanging your lifetime for money working in the corporate, or you want to have a better quality of life. So it depends on you. What is your current life situation? In which stage of life you are currently present? That is important to understand where you are now, right? And then building like for 3, 5, 10 years, like there are different instruments for building on that. But what I'm telling you, like when, for example, you want to jump into the other area, and being good, oh, IT is like well paid, etc. It might not work because it's not your interest, but you see the money, like good money there. You're selling yourself short. You're betraying yourself because you push yourself for something, for money, but you betrayed yourself on another way, and it will be inner sabotage. You will not like what you're doing, and when you do like it, you will not have that motivation. And you will not survive there for a long time. You will be pressing. You will be getting burnout, and then you will quit, and you will not understand because you betrayed yourself first. That's like, it's not working. So here I'm just telling about the prof orientation test, like professional orientation test. It's in Russian, translated into Kazakh, and now testing the English version. And then like there's like 8 different psychological tests. Now it's also they like applying some sort of AI tools for deeper analysis. I'm starting this course in December because I'm interested in the English version, which is under testing now. But what I can say that like it's 2 types. For the kids, like teens, of what area they are better to develop, and for the adults who already have been working experience. And I have like a number of people which I was sending to my colleague who already have like this in Russian. So like this test called Digital Human, and you analyze your prof orientation, where you're better fitting based on your interest, based on your anchors of career, based on your skills, how you fit, where you will better apply. 40 pages of study of you based on this test when you perform. 40 pages, 40. And I can tell like that's really good job. Like now I'm working with some clients, I'm sending to this colleague like they're doing, and then we are not projecting and doing like options, building the options, which area is better, and then okay, and the test is showing like the number of professions when the person, and then person select which profession is better, and then we develop the path how to do that through the study, like on job, they get into some skill set, etc. And also, this is a very good tool to understand yourself and to build this path for yourself. Okay, so this is about digital human. But the career strategy that I'm telling you, first understanding yourself, and then start plotting maybe 2-3 options. It's not only one option which might work out. Plot 2-3 option minimum, how you can get there. If you need some support, like career consultant, career coach can help you, because sometimes we're sitting in the box we don't see. Career consultant, that's why he's like reading, knowing what's happening on the market, reading the future of jobs report, etc. What's happening in the market. You're getting like access to the expert person in that field. So then when you're plotting that and start analyzing the market, start understanding what is like what are the requirements, how is the paid, like your motivation is working. So, and I can say, for example, to shift into another sphere, most important like is the hard skills are required. And within 2-6 months, you can train your hard skills to be there. Numerous examples, including in the US, that the people were doing like 6 months course, very serious, and they shifted the profession in like, for example, into IT. I am doing now sustainability. I still need to explain why, because it's one of the top skills. Sustainability stewardship is one of the top skills. We jumped from last year by 10 points. And that will be very, very demanded. I am also checking what is on the top of the market, right? So that when you have that stage, so 6 months, and during the year, you can develop 2-3, minimum 2-3 skills to work. And if you say, why it's a lot of study? Guys, in parallel, I'm studying on the 2, 3, 4 courses. I'm motivated to do that. And I'm monetizing the skills. That's most important, that if you are motivated, you will find time for that. If you're not, no one will push you, except yourself, right? So why you need this? Then another way to accelerate on this like career, like, because when you develop the options, we need to assess which one will go priority number 1, then priority number 2, priority number 3, and start testing what is in common there. And one of the ways to accelerate your career is professional qualification in your field. For example, in finance, it can be CMA, AICPA, CMA, ACCA. When you will get professional qualification, you will be more marketable. Really, you will be more marketable. And then, for example, you are shifting from one field to another. Try to find network in that field and build that work there. Like, ask how is it there? How they work in there? What they like, what they don't like. For example, one of my clients wants to shift into the product management. She is project manager. She's like targeting there. So we are searching for our network who are the products, because we want to get like to the real people on that area, potential future referrals, but understanding how is it from inside. Yeah, that's I think as I provided a lot of condensed information. So like wrap up, right? Types of career: vertical, horizontal, functional, relocational, zigzag career, and expert career entrepreneurship, right? Then, like, in order to study yourself, to start working, you know where you're in point A, where you are now. That's like free tests, anchors of career values, personality tests, Ocean. It's called 5 Voices also. Then, for example, there's digital human profile orientation. This test, they are embedded in this digital human. Then you're plotting the options, where you want to be, like how to reach there, like just like how soon you want to be there. And then like you start acting on that. And I had a series of posts, maybe I think 1.5 years ago. One is like 5 steps for career planning. I will repeat in the stories again, then we can start reading like more detailed, up to like implementation studying, but I'm just telling you more condensed so that you understand before moving into career strategy, understand where you are now and where you want to be. And then if you need support to understand you, like whether you're somehow lying yourself about the criteria, or need to understand the bigger vision, how to develop your career, I'm inviting you for strategic session. It's 1.5 hours. We're doing this test before. We're coming and discussing and plotting the sphere. So before session, when having the results of your test, I'm analyzing what is better fitting for you and like collecting the requirements so that you can register in the bio. Like there is a link to register for the session. And then why I'm telling this, because you will save a number of years. You will save a number of years. A lot of my clients are told like, why I have not done before? If I would be, like say, minus 10 years, like, and I had a chance to go like, okay, let's go for career strategy, for strategic session, and I had the career consultant nearby whom I know. I had only coach who was not career coach. I would be using that. Because when we are building this, for example, you already changed the position, right? You're already building the career in the corporate. There's also different methodology, like a little bit different methodology. You're already there. And for example, you'll notice that some people are changing positions every year or every 18 months. In corporate, you are changing positions every 18 months. 24 months. It's such a planning. It's for attention. Because usually person when entering a position, half a year it's studying that. Half a year, and the next half a year already like progress, that's like mastering. And then it's preparation for the next position. So before you're even starting the new position, you think which skills I will get on this position, which I can use for the next position. In corporate, we're planning like 2-3 positions ahead. We're really planning like that. Like I am getting that position to get that skill, to get the knowledge in order to use this on another position. Or the position then we are applying that for the career planning for my mentees. Like we're analyzing the positions 2 levels up. They are getting these 2 positions within 1 year because we have the system and we know that. So that's like, I have the star case in the US director of strategy. But there, actually, it's not about only hard and soft skills. There it's like more superior level. I can say that I'm working with mindset because we have so limitations on the mind. like the disbeliefs, etc. So in that particular case, we're doing the career coaching, this career strategy, and I was working from the business coaching point of view. I was applying the tools which I worked for Chief Executive Officer. That I was working with the mindset. That is there's actually the quantum leap happening when you're working with the mindset. That's why coaching is a tool. But when you have the really good coach who can show you where is your limiting thought is actually limiting you, not allowing you to progress, someone is like mirroring you this, like, oh yeah, so it's just a thought. It's just a thought, but you need to know how to work with that, right? And then when I'm just like, okay, it's just a thought, like how I can work around this, you are propelled to the next level. That's happened like with Lauren. What else? So that's all. Actually, 32 minutes. I told about below 30 minutes. So if you want if someone want to participate with me, like put in a direct message and we will organize some direct report and a little bit of announcements. I think early November I will have live with my uni mate who is in fintech, and she lived in London, now she's in Miami, and she changed, like in finance, she was in funds, now she is in fintech. So that's why we already agreed it will be early November because she's traveling, because for you it's like a career pivot that will be you will have the real person who's changed. And then I will have also late October live with the fintech recruiter from Hong Kong. We also already preliminary agreed, and she's my buddy, and she's also some sort of my colleague. So that's why I'm just telling you that I will be showing the real people who are changing careers, and they were changing careers first, and then also growing in that professions. So that was introduction that the different people, we can change during our lives. We have the free will, that we have that motivation. So thank you very much for attention. It's time to save, and I'm jumped into the session. So have a blessed day, end of the week, and be successful in life, both personally and professionally.